Hey guys, you got two bestie homeschooling mamas coming at you. I am Gale.
And I'm Christina.
And we are excited to chat today about Christmas traditions.
I love Christmas.
First of all, if you have children, this is not an episode to be listening to. Like, we don't want to ruin any magic for anyone. So if you are listening to this and your kids are in the room, maybe pause it and wait for them to not be around.
Earbuds in.
Yeah, put your earbuds in, something. So I know this is not going to come out until December, but today's November 1st. We're recording November 1st, and it's technically Christmas season in my brain.
It is. Yeah.
So my husband and I have been sending memes back and forth because, okay, my son yesterday, right? We don't celebrate Halloween. And so yesterday my son asked me, we were driving home from therapy, and he goes, so we're putting up Christmas tree tomorrow, right, Mom? Aww. And I said, I love you so much. You are so my kid. And I said, I don't think your daddy will let us put up the Christmas tree tomorrow, bud. And he goes, why? I go, well, you're going to need to ask him that question. And so I made him call his dad.
That's funny.
While he was on shift, I called his dad and I was like, hey, your son has a question. And so my son said to his daddy, he goes, Daddy, I'm going to put up the Christmas tree tomorrow. Okay. Is that okay? It's November. That means it's Christmas. And my husband goes,
love it.
Buddy, we haven't even had Thanksgiving yet. And my son goes, that's okay. We can have the Christmas up with Thanksgiving. And I go, I love him so much.
David would agree completely. He would be all for it.
Yes, I am like a fanatic and I would love to have Christmas up right now. Okay. Sorry. So we're going to talk all things Christmas traditions.
All things Christmas traditions.
All things. Mm-hmm. And we want to know all of your Christmas traditions when this comes out, because we're going to do it right in the beginning of December so that we can hear all of the fun things, that way people can get ideas and do the things the whole month of December. That is the hope for the community, that we can share all the things, and that way you have a little bit of time before Christmas to do maybe try some new things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Chris. So you are going to start off with your family traditions, which it sounds like there's a few.
We like traditions. We really like traditions, especially Christmas traditions.
Well, who wouldn't like Christmas traditions?
I mean, it's our favorite time of the year.
Amen.
We love traditions. It's just, we find it fun. I know traditions can be overwhelming for some people. So if you are somebody who is overwhelmed by all the things, it's okay. You don't have to do all the traditions. Mm-hmm. Just have fun and do fun things. Right. And that's a tradition in itself. Right. So don't beat yourself up if you don't do traditions. Uh-huh. If you like traditions and you don't have some and you want to create some, then maybe some of these fun things will give you an idea. Because we homeschool, we have the flexibility to adjust our school calendar however we need to. Mm-hmm. So we have 2 birthdays in December, and with all the fun Christmas stuff, we do not do school in December. We plan around that and we take the month off. So that is not a tradition, but it definitely helps with those traditions.
And with the busyness of the world in December.
Right? And a lot of the things we do, as we've talked about many times, is still schooling. It's still learning. It's still life. It's still, we like to focus heavily on giving and serving in December. So those kind of get worked into it as well.
Right.
Okay.
That's
so
awesome.
The first tradition that is one of my kids' favorites is we bake cookies and take them to our local firehouse.
Oh, love it.
We love doing it. Sometimes we do it by ourselves. Sometimes we get together with friends. We all put trays of cookies together, and then we go up there, knock on their door, and say, thank you for your service. We appreciate you. Merry Christmas. Usually they have us come in and, show us around. We just want to show them that we appreciate them. And so that's one of our favorite things to do. We love our firefighters.
We do. We couldn't do anything without them.
Honestly, if there was a police station that was right down the street, I would do the same for them. Another thing that and this one is very, I'm going to say controversial. And you know what I'm going to say now, don't you? We do Elf on the Shelf.
Oh, yes.
We love our elf.
I wasn't sure what you were going to say at first. And then I was like, what? Controversial.
But,
yes, I can't. with
People either
this elf
love
situation.
the elf or they hate the elf.
Yeah.
It really is. It could go either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you do not have an elf, I don't recommend it.
If you don't have an elf, I recommend it. Okay.
So much work.
When we first got our elf, our oldest was little, and I was like, I'm going to be the cool mom and do all the fun traditions. And I kind of sat back and I scrolled Pinterest and I went, okay, I like this tradition, but that's a lot.
It's involved.
That's involved. That's
Very involved.
That's a lot. And do I really want my elf to be mischievous doing all? I didn't want that. So we chose to do our elf differently maybe than everybody else does. So a friend of mine and we sat down and we kind of made a calendar of service, of serving others, things that our elf was encouraging. Now, she didn't do the elf on the shelf. She had some other thing that she used this calendar for, but we made the ideas that were all showing our kids how to serve and love.
That's cool.
So our elf does not do all the shenanigans, doesn't make huge messes, sometimes he does fun things because we have birthdays. Sometimes he almost always leaves a note that is encouraging them to be kind or go through their toys and get rid of things or make homeless bags. Just things that really encourage the spirit of giving and serving others.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
what's your elf's name?
Victor. Okay. So my daughter Victoria named him. It's very creative. When she was, 3.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And our neighbor's name is Victor. So that I don't know, maybe that was a part of it. So our elf just likes to encourage them to serve.
Well, that's better than, making the flower mess or
yeah. And he'll bring treats and he'll do games, but it's definitely not the
Have you ever forgotten to move the elf and just
Oh, yes.
thrown him across the room?
Oh, yes.
To land somewhere?
Oh, there have been a little bit of dramatics with it. Occasionally he'll fall over.
Oh.
That's bad. The kids are like, oh, no.
I've seen him hang from lights and fans before.
Yes. There was one time where he dressed up as Spider-Man because my son's birthday was a Spider-Man theme.
That was from over here.
Yeah.
From the light.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your elf falls over, just have your husband put on a sock and move him because it keeps the magic there.
Oh,
It's very helpful. The things you
it.
come up with.
I love it.
You know what? My favorite part, though, about this tradition, I love the serving aspect of our tradition. But as my kids have gotten older, it was something that they enjoyed so much that they have kept the tradition going.
For the small ones.
I don't move him anymore.
Oh,
I don't come up with the ideas anymore.
that's awesome.
I have maxed out my ideas, right? So now they do it and they get excited about doing that and being creative and coming up with the...
Yeah, see, I don't have the army.
Well, that's true. I do have an army to help. That's helpful. It is definitely helpful to have lots of children. It was just something that they've enjoyed. It made it easy to keep going with the tradition for the younger ones.
Gotcha. Like my daughter really loved it when she got to help with the stockings.
Oh, yeah.
Even just for me and my husband and her when Corey wasn't around yet, because she was 13 when he came around and she was quite a bit younger when she found out about the magic of Santa. I mean, we love the magic of Santa. We still believe in the magic of Santa, but we understand the reality of the magic of Santa. And so she was very excited when she got to help with that kind of stuff. Or like the Easter. We used to do Easter Bunny, and now we do Jesus baskets instead. A lot of things changed when we started to really dive into our relationship with God a little bit more with these mythical creatures, kind of deal. But still, we still love Santa because we love the idea of giving and sharing and those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
But we never, ever, ever let our kids forget like what the reason for the season is.
Sure. Absolutely.
And we are never a happy holidays people.
Never. Always Merry Christmas.
Yes, always a Merry Christmas. So go on with your traditions. That was just my little 2 cents on the, older kids wanting to do the fun things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, we have lots of traditions. So I will share one more of my favorites, and that is Christmas books. The day after Thanksgiving is the day that our elf arrives.
Oh, yes. I remember this.
Every year he brings books that are wrapped for Christmas. And so there's one for every day leading up until Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is always a brand new book that they've never had before. And the days prior to that are books that we've just collected over the years. They're wrapped up. Each kid gets to pick one, like they take turns. So one kid opens a book at night, we read it together, and we just have that fun time together. And since they have grown up with these books, they can try and guess which book it is that they're opening. It's just a fun thing. They've heard the stories for years, but they enjoy it, and it's just the fun kind of countdown till Christmas that we enjoy. The
almost
books,
like an Advent.
It is like an Advent, and a lot of our, not all, but a lot of our books are faith based, about Christmas and the true meaning. And, not all of them, but a lot of them are. And so that kind of helps work that season into it as well. So we have other things that I'm going to Christmas Eve service at church, going to David's mom's for Christmas Eve dinner. Like there is lots of things that we do. But those are just some of the ones that are elaborate and big and fun. And,
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Let's hear about your Christmas traditions.
Well, when I was small, we did a cookie day that was very, very intense with Grandma. Now, as we've gotten older and as Grandma got older before she passed away, it got less and less. So I still like to do something each year, even if it's not as elaborate as it was when we were small. Sure. But we do a cookie day. And I don't want to eat all the cookies. So we try and give some of them away. Not all of them, because I want some of them.
Of course.
Right. But we have these Winonas that are amazing. They're Ritz crackers with peanut butter, like a mound of peanut butter on top, and then dipped in chocolate.
Yum.
Yeah. Have you never had a Winona?
What did you call them?
Winonas.
Like the singer?
I think her name is Winona Judd. But my grandma always called them Winonas. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why. That's just what I grew up. That's awesome. What they're called. Yeah. They're called Winonas. Yeah. I don't know. Is there a different? I don't know. Now you have me thinking. I'm not sure.
You know how things have different names.
Yeah. I'm not sure. But that's what they're called. And then the press cookies. Like spritzers. Like people call them spritzers, I think. They're like the orange. Oh, they're my favorites. But we liked those because we got to decorate them. Because we don't do like thick icing cookies. We don't do like sugar cookies typically. We did those sometimes when we had kids, like me and my brother, my sister and stuff. When we started having kids, we would do some sugar cookies because Grandma got older and she didn't want to do as many recipes. And lemon bars are huge for our cookie day. Oh my gosh. They're Landon's favorite.
Are they?
Oh my Landon. He will sacrifice his stomach for a lemon bar.
Oh, okay.
Yes, for his glutens.
Right. Yeah.
And then another one is biscuits and gravy for Christmas breakfast.
Oh,
Christmas Day breakfast.
Yes.
And I have learned how to make those gluten-free.
Nice.
For Landon.
Nice. So he can still participate in the tradition.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah. So I've made the gluten-free biscuits the last several years from scratch the night before or the day before or whatever. And then another one for us is Christmas Eve at my brother's cul-de-sac. We used to have Christmas Eve with our dad. He passed away when I was 21. So, we haven't done that in almost 20 years. And so after that, then we would just spend it with my brother, but my brother's cul-de-sac would have this really big party and we'd play left, right, center, and we'd have Mexican food after Christmas service that we'd go to church. And sometimes we'd go to church on Christmas Eve, and the church we go to has like church services for 5-6 days before church. So sometimes we wouldn't go on Christmas Eve because it's so intense. Like that day, it's so busy.
Yeah.
So sometimes we'll go beforehand, or especially if it's a day that Landon has shift or something. But so that is very fun. And they have the saran wrap ball.
Oh, we do that at Easter.
Oh, my Lanta. My brother's neighbor, he and my brother wrap it up and they do it so freaking tight.
Okay. So I have to ask, when you guys unwrap it, do you put oven mitts on your hands or you do it plain?
Typically it's plain.
Plain.
But it's so tight. Like oven mitts, we would never get to the middle of the lollipop center.
And we were at a different event that they were in, oven mitts. And I'm like, how?
Was that at my house when we did the teen event?
Yes.
And I was like, well, I didn't have oven mitts. I don't know where they came from.
But that was the
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no
how
oven mitts.
could you play this game with oven mitts?
Yeah. That's hilarious.
For those of you that don't know what the saran wrap ball is, it's a bunch of prizes and goodies and treats that are all wrapped
in saran wrap.
Into saran wrap, multiple layers and layers and layers of saran wrap.
It starts out as like the size of a Jolly Rancher. Yeah. It's like a Jolly Rancher in the middle, or whatever big prize you want in the middle. Some people will put money or gift cards, gift cards, or like a scratcher card or something if you're over 18. And then you just keep wrapping, and within the layers you put candy, or our neighbor does the scratcher cards, and he does gift cards, and he does candy, all the things. And so, and he makes it like as big as a volleyball.
Oh yeah.
Like they become huge.
Yep.
Huge. And they do layers of it where they like tear it off and you have to like start over again. Oh, it makes me crazy. But I love it so much. Yep. And you have to like throw dice in order to like the person to your left is throwing dice. And once they get like a double of something, then you have to move on or whatever.
You're trying to go really, really fast so that it can, you can get something before it passes to the next person.
And you snatch that ball right up.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's hilarious. Yeah. So if you've never seen it, go watch a YouTube. It's funny.
It is. Yeah.
So those are some of the bigger things that we do. I mean, obviously there are things that we do throughout the season, but we don't do them every year. So those would be things I think that we do every single year. But then there's lots of things that we do kind of sporadically each year. I love Christmas.
Going and looking at Christmas lights.
Oh, we always look at Christmas lights.
With hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa in our jammies with adventure snacks.
With what now?
Adventure snacks.
What are our adventure snacks?
Just you go to QT or the store and you get snacks and you put them in like Funyuns or
that's fun.
Chips or something silly or Chex Mix or something. Yeah. Or beef jerky. Like everybody gets a snack that they want. It's kind of like when you go to the movies kind of thing. So we call them hot cocoa and adventure snacks.
Oh, I love it. We used to take our dog. And so our old dog, he hated the car ride. So he never went anywhere with us. You know, he's not one of those dogs that would stick his head out the window as you see driving around. But our kids loved him going with us. Aww. And so they have missed that the last few years since we haven't had him. So this year, that was one of the first things they said when we got our dog was, we could take him to look at Christmas lights, which I thought was really cute.
Aww.
Yeah.
Sweet puppy gets to go for Christmas lights.
Right?
So cute.
So exciting.
We're sitting here looking at the dog.
Yes, he's staring
right
at
now.
us. Nope, he's sleeping. I don't know.
He's moving around a lot as he naps.
It's funny.
He's so cute. So tiny.
Okay. Well, we gave you a bunch of ideas that did you say all yours?
Those were my three main ones that we do every single year.
Okay. So there are so many different things that you can find if you're searching for ideas. But I just wanted to give you a few ideas of things that we've done in the past. I wouldn't call them traditions per se because we don't do them every year.
But fun things.
But fun things that you can do. So
and things that you could make a tradition if you really enjoyed them.
Absolutely.
Or just fun things you could do during the season.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So things like going to see zoo lights. That's always a fun walking around the zoo at nighttime, seeing all the animals.
And they have those in different cities.
They do.
Not just here in Phoenix.
Absolutely.
My sister's zoo in Tacoma has them. I saw them setting them up as I was leaving this last year. So they've got to be everywhere.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure all the main zoos around
They've got to.
Sure. Service projects are always good. We've done things in the past where we make like homeless stockings, where we hand out stockings full of snacks and hygiene products to homeless, going and packing food or putting food boxes together. Yep. The Jessie tree.
I don't know what that one is specifically. I've never used that one.
So the Jessie tree, I'm sure there's a better definition of it online somewhere. But basically, it's like an Advent tradition calendar that you would do, but you're putting ornaments on a tree, and each of the ornaments represent a piece of Jesus's story. So you're going through Jesus's story every day, kind of have like a little devotional with each day, and they get to put, it's fun. A lot of groups will do where each family makes the ornaments. So like if I
That's
say,
my jam.
Right? Oh, it's very crafty. You would love that. Basically, let's say there's 12 families doing it. Then I would pick one of the ornaments and I would make all 12 of them. And then everybody else would pick, and you kind of trade, right? So you're not making all of the ornaments, you're making one, and all the other people are making. So it's super fun tradition.
That is fun.
Yeah. So it's not something we've done every year, but we have enjoyed that quite a bit.
That's awesome. And anything you do, just let your kids kind of pick and help.
Yes.
You don't have to be the cruise director, y'all.
Absolutely. Let them help. Ask them what they want to do. What's their favorite thing that you do? Maybe you do have a tradition and you don't even know it's a tradition, right? It's just something that you do.
Watching Elf.
Okay, so now that my older daughter is older, she helps me wrap those books that we do. And so every year, the week before Thanksgiving, we pick a night. We put on a Christmas movie. We stay up late wrapping the books and watching a Christmas movie. And it's just her and I, and we eat popcorn, and we love it. Like, it's awesome. Yep. It's not one of those things that I think of as a tradition, but it really is. And we also take our kids to shop for their siblings. So we don't go anywhere crazy. They don't get a lot to spend unless they have their own money, but they go out, they pick a present for their siblings. And then they're in charge of wrapping it. So they, have a time where they get to wrap all their gifts for their siblings.
Fun.
And, so that's something that is fun too.
I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that.
They do.
Cute.
Yeah. Sometimes they pick out things that are super thoughtful. And sometimes they pick out things that are, just random. Yeah. And again, we don't go anywhere crazy. A lot of times over the years, it's been the dollar store. Honestly, it's like, this is where we're at. And it's fine. And they love it and they don't care.
Right. Well, and I mean, let's be honest. Kids are just going to forget the trinkets.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
honestly, for me, what has been really more important the last several years for us was making memories more than anything. And I think that's the thing about traditions is it's not so much doing the things, it's the making of the memories while you're doing the things.
And you'll be surprised what those memories are for your kids. Because I guarantee you, if you ask them, they all have different things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My favorite thing was always the cookie day with my grandparents.
Yeah.
Like, I still have the green and white tablecloth that we used on the folding table that she put in the kitchen. I still have that at home.
Aww.
For when we do cookie day. And that thing is used and beaten. I still have her KitchenAid mixer.
Oh.
Now it smells like it's going to burn up in a hot minute soon.
Oh no.
Which I'm sad about because it's probably from the 50s. But it stood the test of time. And it still makes my butter and it still makes my cakes. And until it actually shows me some smoke, she's going. Because she's my grandma's KitchenAid and I'm not getting rid of it until she makes me.
Oh.
But, so there are things that, I have that make me think of cookie day, even when it's not cookie day.
Yeah. Okay. So this is reminding me of my mom. So my mom loves to bake. She always has, whatever, but she has not been able to for many years now as she's been in a care home. But just recently, last year, we were able to bring her home for a day. And that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to bake with the grandkids because she hasn't been able to. And we made all kinds of goodies. And it was one of those memories that you're, okay, we can't do this every year anymore, but I am never going to forget this moment. Speaking of care homes, go and Christmas carol or take candy canes to a care home, a nursing home, somewhere near you. They're all over the place because that will bring a smile to their face.
Yeah. And a lot of them don't have family that come see them every year.
A lot of them don't. And honestly, after COVID, a lot of them don't see people anymore.
Yeah.
Groups that used to come in to do things don't anymore or can't.
Yeah.
So if you show up with a box of candy canes and some Christmas cards, you will be the highlight of their day. Yeah. So that was a lot of traditions. Obviously, we can't do them all.
No.
So pick some.
Well, I mean, December is busy enough.
December is busy enough.
You know what's a Christmas tradition for me? Saving up for Christmas all year long.
Yeah.
So you're not spending
Sure.
on a credit card.
That
should be a Christmas tradition if it's not for you.
It feels like that needs a different word. That's like Christmas smarts.
I don't care what it is, but you need to do it.
Good call. Good call.
Smarts, tradition, whatever you want to call it. You know, I feel like everybody goes into Christmas so stressed out because they have to figure out how to pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's stressful.
And
yeah.
It doesn't have to be stressful.
Well, and along that lines, you know, kind of like the kids going to the dollar store for their siblings, you don't have to spend
a lot of money.
A lot of money. It's not as much as our society says it's about the presents.
It's really not.
It's really not. And your kids are going to be just fine.
Yeah. And it really is about the memories.
It is. It is. They're not going to remember what they got.
I don't even remember what I got my kid last year.
No, they're not going to remember. It's not
really
about
don't.
that. It's about
spending time together.
Remembering
the reason for the season.
Loving others, remembering the reason. Absolutely.
Here's a tradition that I just thought of that I know that we do, but I was curious if you guys do it. Do you guys read the Christmas story on Christmas morning?
We don't.
Or bake a birthday cake?
Always read the story on Christmas morning.
Oh, okay.
But we read it sometime during the season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
we try and read it on Christmas morning.
That's awesome.
When we're having our biscuits and gravy. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or like when the family comes over or we go over there or whatever. Yeah. The thing that really kind of kicks off Christmas season for me is the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yes.
That's like one of our biggest traditions.
Yeah.
You know, and I will sit and watch that whole 4-hour situation and wait for Santa to come down Macy Lane or whatever it's called. 34th. I don't know what it is. Come across the Macy's situation. I'm like, it's Christmas. But by then, my stuff's already up in my house.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I was just going to ask that. Do you put your stuff up? Do you wait until Thanksgiving? Because that's what Landon wants to do?
I cannot.
No.
I cannot.
David wants it up sooner, too.
I cannot. So Corey asked me yesterday, he goes, so Mom, when are we putting up our stuff then? And I was like, well, bud, you know, I think we're going to have to wait at least until the week before Thanksgiving because I don't think your dad's going to let us do it sooner than that.
It's early this year.
It is. Well,
it's on the 23rd.
It is. It is. So I was thinking like the 16th that we put up like, well,
so like 2 weeks away.
Yeah. Well, so like the 16th or the 17th of November, we might put stuff up, but I don't know, those 2 days are busy because we have Feed My Starving Children with homeschool that day. And then the 17th is our shoebox.
Oh, yeah.
That's another Christmas tradition.
So I will say that that's actually what kind of kicks it off for me. So we do, we pack shoeboxes, and another tradition, shoeboxes for kids, needy kids all around the world. And for years and years, my kids have done this. We buy the stuff, we pack the boxes with friends, with our homeschool group, with our neighborhood group. And it's always in November before Thanksgiving, usually the week before Thanksgiving. And that to me is
it's Christmas.
Okay, it's Christmas time. We are here. We're packing shoe boxes. Yes, we still have Thanksgiving, but we have officially entered.
Here's my thing though. Thanksgiving is like one afternoon.
Right?
Right. Okay. We can still be grateful and thankful and all the things with Christmas lights surrounding you in the pretties.
Oh, great. I love Christmas. And the Christmas music. Oh,
Yes.
it'll be on soon.
Oh, yes. I'm surprised. I haven't checked
I didn't check
KEZ. It might
today,
be on
but
right now.
It might be. As soon as we find that it's on,
Yeah.
it will be on in the car.
Yeah.
And it'll stay on until.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love Christmas so much. Last night we watched, because we don't do Halloween, so we sat and watched The Great Pumpkin and the Thanksgiving and the Charlie Brown Christmas all in a row.
Nice.
Yeah,
Like
Corey
a
wanted to watch all
marathon.
3 in a row. It was
That's
hilarious. Yeah,
That's awesome.
so funny. These are amazing traditions that you guys can pick from, choose from, try, not try, whatever. We think that Christmas is fun, and it's definitely a time to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be commercialized.
Nope.
It can be very simple. It can be very much honoring to your relationship with Jesus and what you believe as a family. However, it is very, 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 very fun to make memories with your family.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Again, the traditions aren't so much it's the things you're doing, it's the memories you're making while you're doing the things.
Yeah.
I mean, my husband is going to try and take Christmas Eve off just to go and play the games and eat the food and do the stuff because he loves Christmas Eve with the cul-de-sac people. Loves it so much. He's like, I think I'm going to try and take Christmas Eve off, okay? And it's like, sure, babe. Yeah, let's do it.
That's awesome.
I just encourage you guys to make sure that you are spending time with your family. Remember to take a deep breath. It's just Christmas, right?
Yep.
It does not have to be overwhelming.
I will add, try and put a little margin, and we've talked about that before. Try and put a little margin in your December because we all know it gets busy, the parties, the things. Try to leave some space in there so that you can
Do the
randomly
Christmas light
look
looking.
for Christmas lights. Yeah. Leave some margin, spend some time, put your phone away.
Christmas cards. Do
Christmas
cards
cards.
if you
Oh
want
my
to.
gosh, we love doing Christmas cards.
I know I haven't done like official ones to friends and family for a couple of years, but we do an exchange with the TBL wives for Arizona every year, and they're just like random ones that we send to each other. It's like 50 of us wives that exchange them. But this year I had all this plans to like do pictures in October so that we could have cards by November so I could be like on the ball. It's November now.
Yeah.
And we didn't take a picture in October.
Yeah. It's okay. That's all right. We kind of think we think in Christmas cards all year long. So, this picture, that would be a good one for the Christmas card. And then something else will, another picture. Oh, no, maybe we'll use this one for the Christmas card.
Yeah. Landon likes to coordinate
Outfits.
outfit and go do it like a little shoot. He's hilarious. I love him so much.
It's adorable. Last year we did Christmas jammy photos.
I remember those.
Matching Christmas jammies. And we had wanted to do that for a really, really, really long time.
Yeah.
So
those were super cute.
super excited to do that.
I'm wondering if I could get him to wear footy jams one year. I've never gotten him in footy jams yet.
You could try.
I have my sock monkey footy jams.
I know. She loves her sock monkey footy
I
jams.
love my footy jams.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, we hope that this gave you some fun ideas and some things to think about. Above all else, remember the reason for the season. And if you ever have any questions about that, we are here to chat. So,
yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed today's episode and you found value in it, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, do all the things to make sure that this gets to who you want it to be heard by. We would love for you to join us in our communities and make sure to join our newsletter that we send out each month. We hope that you guys have an amazing Christmas season.
all right. I'm going to pray us out.
Yeah, absolutely. Pray us out.
Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for everything you've given us. Thank you for sending your son for us. And Thank you that we get to celebrate you and what Christmas is all about. Thank you for our family and our loved ones. Help us to use this year and make those memories to last a lifetime. Pray this in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, bestie.